Hello, everyone. Welcome to it. Just kidding. Um, yeah. Production values are very low on these AMAs, but we try to give some alpha if we have any alpha to give, any shekels of alpha that we have. Do we have any shekels of alpha?
In the future.
He's building a dashboard. Do you want to come up and tell us any about your dashboard? We'll shill it. We'll shill it in the because it's recorded. Tell everyone. Bribe the judge. Bribe the judges and the I think Gabriel's a judge, isn't he, in the AMA and the hackathons? Hmm. Hmm.
People wish
Okay. How do we get him up? Let me bring him up. He's up. Jim, sir. How's it going?
Yes. Good.
Awesome.
I get to practice because I have to talk at the hackathon.
Yeah.
So most likely we'll have to do what you're doing and PPT. We'll shoot you some. Answer some questions.
That's awesome.
Basically, just building like a dashboard and block explorer. So oriented around basically, so you can have like a high level overview and then look at contracts and stuff like that, and then go it down to transactions. It's everything from scratch. So I'm like texting.
Yeah, that's you want to pop a link to what you've got so far? you want to pop a link
Yeah.
to it? You've got
Yeah. The contract. By looking through transactions. In my video, what the thing like the protocol. That's get what like, it's actually it's quite timid. It took me quite a while to break the I can't understand it long enough. Like, even it's good enough. So, well, in the video, but some every detail, like, it's not, it's you know, but that's, yeah,
Do you want to drop a link to it in the chat? Have you got?
it's like a public good too. Just is that how much the infrastructure funding this with my DeFi, uh, but it's that you can fit something that you and provide the
Well, if he wins the hackathon, he'll get. What? Can you guys hear me or? Can you guys hear me or no? Oh, cool. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen or? Can you guys see my screen as well? Is my screen showing on the AMA? What about my screen? Can you see my screen? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. This is probably you want to yeah, let's show the spreadsheet. Yeah? Yeah. You want to walk people through it. Walk people through it. Is it not full screen on my screen? Wait, is it not full screen for you guys? I thought I'd have it full screen on my screen. Do I though? Because I've got two screens though, so maybe I'm pretty sure. Can everyone see the spreadsheet really clearly and full screen? Like, is it, oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm recording it. Yeah, I'm recording it. Yep, yep. Me too, six. My computer's going real slow because it's running too much shit. reasons. Tom, uh, yeah, there is. Sorry, I just muted myself, and my computer's going so slow that takes me ages to unmute myself. Um, yeah, that's definitely definitely like it's not that we don't. It's not like we don't like our partners or something like that, right? Like we love our partners, but we do like our intention. Like when we talk to partners, we're like, we're we're going to give you an NFT. It's going to be let's say it's a 3 million tokens NFT, which is 1% of the initial token supply. And also, the way we were thinking about it was it's 1% of emissions, right? But in reality, because all of these if these partner NFTs that we have are not voting, then it's just not 1% of emissions. It's way more, which also means that because obviously we want to add more pools each week. We need to keep a certain amount of votes on flow pools because we want to really support like the price of flow. Obviously, that's really important because if it goes, the price of flow goes lower, then the value of what everyone's earning is like the value of the emissions is less, and then obviously it's it can go to like a kind of a downward spiral, right? Whereas we want the other side of that, like where price of flow is going up and value of emissions is going up, and then so we get more TVL and we can yeah, more TVL equals more like trading fees, like in general, not always, but that you know um yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is like it definitely is kind of. It's not what we did last week is really what we want to do, right? You know, which is to essentially just make like as much of the bribes as possible like available for people to just vote on and claim. But yeah, like there was a few like last week was pretty good. I think last week all in all like, our voting was pretty good, but there was a few things that we kind of missed. Like there was a couple of polls that we didn't have enough APR on. There was like, for example, USDT had less than what it had the week before, so we lost some TVL. And then no, USDC didn't really have any. There was a couple of these other things in this core pools that just really didn't have as many votes as, or really any votes from us. So we wanted to be able to add those. You can kind of see it here as well. Like this is sorted by total votes. So obviously, WCanto Flow is, I think, is our like core like flow pool. Even though I was kind of wondering, like maybe we would have more people willing to LP if it was something like Note Flow. But I don't know. You kind of want to like Kento's really the token of the chain, right? Like whether it's going up or down, like it's still the token of the chain. So hopefully it is going up anyway. But definitely something to consider. Like if everyone was saying like, hey, we would much rather LP if it was right now, if it was like Flow Note, then we could like change it to Flow Note and make it that Flow Note was like the pool with the most votes. It's actually it's a pool with the second most votes pretty much anyway, so people can basically choose, right? And maybe we just keep an eye on that, and if more people are choosing Flow Note, then maybe we just give it more votes like next week. And yeah, the WBTC, multi BTC, that's like it's a pretty I think it's a pretty awesome pool. And like if we can get that pool to like 1.5 million or something, I think it's at about 750K right now. If we get it like twice as deep, that's got more votes than it had last week, quite significantly more. So I'm pretty sure the APR on that is going to be really high, and so hopefully we can get that pool really deep. And we've added another WBTC ETH pool because people couldn't arb that pool properly. So, like you could kind of halfway arb it because you could get in and out of out of multi BTC kind of, but you couldn't like do it both ways because there was no other WBTC pool that was like with deep liquidity. So this week there will be. So there should be like more trading volume on that, and it should be closer to peg. Like closer to the actual price of WBTC or multi BTC, which will mean that, yeah. So if we have deeper liquidity, then that'll be like a fully operational, proper, like Bitcoin pool, right? And then obviously we want to do the same with like staked ETH and ETH probably next week. You know what I mean? Or even possibly this week. And I think that's also kind of why we probably are going to end up having to vote with more of the partner NFTs, like in the short term, just so that we can, just so that we can make sure that we're able to have the right balance in all of those pools. But it is definitely kind of sucks, because it does mean that then we have to. Obviously, the protocol is not just going to take those bribes, but we do have to distribute them. And really, the best way to distribute bribes is exactly how they're supposed to be distributed, which is by voting on the pool and just being able to claim your bribes. So it is actually kind of a problematic situation, in my opinion. But yes. Okay. Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, this is actually really, really good, because I was just looking at it and I'm like, this is really not going to be great. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, going forward, like, if this, so yeah, if we do that, then that would be the ultimate solution, I reckon. We 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 well, because we've got like 20, I think we've got 26 million NFTs that we haven't voted with. We probably could do just about anything that needed to be done with those, and just then, like, obviously you're going to dilute the votes across the board, but ultimately that's probably not going to be too bad anyway. So we probably could just about do anything we needed to do and still use that strategy, I think. Mm. And what we would need to do, and hopefully Torvik's listening to this as well, is we would need to like have probably another column that basically said like protocol voting, and just summarize all of the NFTs that are voting that are not actually claiming. Or we could just, like, when you do the slider or when you do your vote estimates, it should just take into account all of those NFTs that have voted but are not actually able to claim rewards. And then people will be able to get an accurate estimate of what they're going to earn. Because, like, the big problem is, and this has been like always the problem since day one, is that it's not very predictable for people to know, like, what are they actually going to be able to earn, because we have so many NFTs, and it's not. So, like, that's the reason why we're actually doing these AMAs and showing the spreadsheet to you guys, because we want you to know, like, what we're thinking and how we're voting and how that will impact your like voting, because we want, because it's the right thing to do, right? Otherwise, how can anyone make a decision about locking flow when they don't have a predictable way to know what they can earn from it? That's so. And now I think that, yeah, with that, like, if we do exactly what we just said then, and maybe Caesar can repeat it and say it again so it's super clear, then I do think that would be pretty much a perfect solution that solves all of the problems that we've got, which we mentioned before, like the partners. Mm. So it's just that it's actually kind of, I don't know if I don't think it's necessarily an intentional feature of the contracts and the way they work, but it is how they work. So in the first week when you vote, the first time you vote on something, you're you've voted, and then you're going to get the bribes according to what you voted. And then, but next week, if you don't vote, you will not get anything. Even though your vote will still direct emissions, you will get nothing. So it's also something that everyone needs to know. And I think we have said it like multiple times, but like even on Thena, it's the same. Like I'm on Thena as well. And like, um, I forget to vote all the time. And I just get nothing. Even though I've cast my vote, I just don't get anything. So it's the same here. And so, yeah, using that, like knowing that that's how things actually work, because, and I think we could say the reason for it is because the NFT is, what's the technically why? I mean, we don't really have to go into the. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, yeah, we have that message. And you've also got like on your on your Vest page, which I've got up on my screen now, you can see like which NFTs have voted. Um, yeah, yeah. So these, I haven't. Well, I actually have not cast my vote yet. Um, you can see, yeah. But wait, will these show that if I've voted, that I haven't voted this week? Will they show, or will they just show? Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, it must do. It must do. It must do because I voted last week with these NFTs. So yeah, it must do. So it'll only show the X if you've actually voted this epoch, right? Otherwise, it would be showing. Wait, well, so if I vote, let's say if I vote now, yeah, okay, let me vote with this one. Yeah. I put a whole bunch of other topics that we could talk about in the announcements as well. Um, so there's, yeah, maybe OpenX. You could say something about OpenX. And also you don't have to like vote every week and stuff like that, right? Wait, and you can also farm with that token in the um before, and you're still gonna wait, and if you do that, are you still gonna be earning or no? You're still gonna be got it. Like let's say like yeah, but and you could change your choice as well though, right? Like from week to week. Well, you could do like 50-50, right? Like and see which is better, for example. I don't even wait. I don't even know if I could vote. Like it's all going so slow. I'm just dead here. Yeah, I think Torvik already said it, right? Yeah. So if I had voted, yeah, yeah, if I had voted, it would have been a tick symbol. Yeah, yeah, and sometimes it sometimes it's okay. Like sometimes it's pretty good. Sometimes it is pretty bad. So like that kind of tells me that it's really pretty much an RPC related issue because I mean Torvik, if you want to say something about this, like Torvik's been working on this like pretty hard. So um I feel like it's an RPC. It's RPC issues, really. Um, a lot of the time, like every now and again, like maybe our API needs to be restarted, or our like API can be like a little bit sluggish or something. But like often, the data that is taking ages to load is literally coming from the chain, so it's an RPC issue. And aside from that, it's actually loading faster than it was like a couple of weeks ago. So I think we are. I mean, there just isn't anything we can do about the RPCs because it's your MetaMask. It's the RPC that you choose. Like the only thing we could do is like pay for an RPC and give everyone the link to the RPC. We could pay like $300 a month, and which is actually something that we honestly could do. And just maybe have like a, unless we had we could probably have an API key, and maybe we could just give that API key to like the flow holders or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. That's like that. That's all we could. That's the only thing I can think of that we can do for the RPC stuff. Like, it sucks because we don't. Yeah, like we want it to be. We want everyone to have a good experience, But um, yeah. Also, do you cache anything, Torvik? Do you want to come up and say anything about it, Torvik? You can just, yeah, I'll invite you up, and if you want to say something, you can. There's a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So maybe we could talk a little bit just about contributors. So we're kind of like in a little bit over a week, it'll be like the first kind of basically distribution for contributors. So we'll have to like get everyone kind of set up and coordinate um, and kind of go through that. So um, we've kind of done it before with CreatorDAO, so but it's been a little while since we used it, so we'll just have to kind of work through that like together, and that'll be fine. Anyone can kind of I'm pretty sure there's a link in the announcements from a while back to coordinate, but maybe I'll repost it in the announcements. What else have we got? Canto Dex. Do you want to talk? Why don't we talk about Canto Dex and this lending yield stacking idea thing? Because it's pretty cool. Just like generally, like just the general idea of it. Caesar, do you want to talk about it? Well, it'll be you'd be LPing, right? There's only LPing, yeah, yeah. Um, so OX, yeah, so OX 6851 said he likes the idea of using flow bought back to bribe gauges. I think that's more efficient than adding to rebases. So I just kind of had an idea as well. Like one thing we could do this week, and it would be a bit weird, but what we could, um, yeah, it would be real weird. But I was thinking we could create a pool with, say, some token, 2 tokens in it, say, just random tokens. Just let people vote on. Yeah, this idea sucks, but I'll just say it anyway. We let people so the community could vote on that, and then we just add all of the bribes. Oh no, we can't even. Oh, we would do that next week. We'd have to do that next week. So we'd claim all of the bribes, and then add them all to that pool, and then the community would just vote on that pool next week, and then get those bribes. But it sucks because we want the community to vote on the pools that they actually want to vote on. What about? But then the problem is they won't get anything until after next epoch. So like people who voted for epoch won't get. Yeah. So what are we going to do? What is our plan then for that? We could just airdrop it. It wouldn't be that hard. It wouldn't be that hard to just airdrop it to just the community NFTs and not the partners or not our own. It would be harder than doing. We know how to do it, right? Yeah. Oh, we can do it with a script. We can do it, we can do it with a script. Mm. But it's pretty important because this week's bribes are like really, really good. It's like $19,000 or something, right? So like we do want to try and do something that everyone actually likes. Yeah, yeah, and then it'll be fine. So everyone will be able to vote on whatever they want, and they'll get their portion of what they get, which probably will be Well, actually, people are probably still going to find the polls that obviously are not diluted by us and vote on those anyway. So, um, everyone will be able to everyone will be able to find like everyone will be able to find like a nice juicy reward to get this week. It won't be as juicy as what it could have been, but then next week everyone's going to get like double, pretty much, because we'll just be adding. Yeah, we'll be taking those bribes from last week and just adding them on to the pools. Why the core pools? Whatever. I suppose the core pools the only thing that really makes sense, eh? Oh yeah. Oh wait, core pools or flow pools? Oh, wait. So we could still do what he's saying. We could still buy back the flow this week, and then next week. So there's like a week of delay and whatever selling. There'll be buying but no selling, but then next week there'll be some selling. But it's only like $14,000 or $15,000 worth anyway, so it's not really like. So that I love that solution. That's brilliant. So we just literally just buy everything, buy flow with everything this week, and then just spread out that flow as bribes next week across just the core. Maybe just across the core pools like that. So everyone knows what we're talking about with core pools. It's like these. I don't know if everyone's still seeing my screen, but yeah, these ones. So from 11 to so basically USDT, USDT, WBTC, multi BTC, BUSD note, which we're sort of not crazy bullish on. W Canto BNB. There'll probably be some new pools in this list next week. Like there'll be ETH, WST ETH, much definitely next week. There'll be some of these other Canto like staked coins as well. Some of them might even come this week. It just depends on when the bridge opens up. But yeah, ETH WBTC. But it still benefits them because they get the increase in the price of flow a little bit this week, right? I mean, I mean are you good with that idea, OX6851? Does that sound good? He said yes. Is anyone not good with that idea? Has anyone got a better idea? I think that's a damn good idea. What else? Is there anything else? So, I mean, maybe we'll have a call about like with contributors, like at some point, like maybe in the next few days, just to kind of, and we can just go through and look at Coordinape and get people set up and kind of figure out like, we've got to figure out a way to kind of show everyone like what's been done so that everyone can make a decision what people are going to get is basically the TLDR. It's like um, essentially if you're a contributor. Yeah, we can just all if we can find it, maybe we can do two different time zones or something like maybe just to I don't know how many people are going to be there, but um, so I mean, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and like We could also, yeah, I mean, maybe, on the call we could figure out just what's the best way to organize. Because we could also use this Canto Commons thing that they've built. Like, they've kind of built this thing is for groups of people on Canto to, like, work together. So I don't really know how it works or if it's even really live yet, but we could use, yeah, or we could find someone else to manage like, coordinate, and they can be a contributor and they can just get paid to, like, manage to coordinate, like, but we just got to decide, like, what the best way to do it is, like, um, I don't know if this can. Does anyone have any questions about this Ethereum stuff or even this, like, Velocore, like, thing, which is nothing anyway, but, like, if anyone has any questions about Ethereum, one-to-one airdrop stuff, or, like, Velocore or anything else, just say it now, otherwise we'll bail. Because, yeah, I think we've sort of generally touched on everything we said we would talk about. The handbook, can you guys see my screen? I'm sharing the Canto Commons handbook. So cool. I don't think it's live yet, unless this is it. But I'm guessing this is just like a discourse or something, maybe. Oh no, I think it's like a Matrix server. Yeah, we sort of don't really know what to say though, because, like, on one hand, I mean, we don't really want to FUD them, and on the other hand, um, they, they
Probably. With the extent of me, I mean, I don't know who they are, so if I can them, they're bad. I don't know. So that,
yeah, I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. Also, they say that, like, if we're helping them, they might give us a VNFT. So I don't really want to FUD them. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of want them to give us a VNFT, like. But at the same time, I don't want the community to think that we support them or something, because if they rug or something like that, obviously that's bad. But they did fork our contracts. They forked our V1 contracts, and there was bug in our V1 contracts. So that's why we reached out to them. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess I did. Like, I will type an announcement that basically says what I said, with a little more tact in the way I said it, perhaps, and do it as an announcement, and then it can be there for anyone to refer to and to look at. Yeah.
Was there any other questions?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Any other questions? I can't see. I've stopped sharing my screen because it was just freezing my computer.
Yeah. Time is it? Getting late a little bit.